Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax, and today I want to talk about why my life does not revolve around being gay. Now, I'm not going to inherently suggest that there's anything wrong with your whole life revolving around one label, one ideology, one mind space or existence, but I don't think it's necessarily conducive to a fully fulfilled and happy life. And I'd like to be able to explain my point of view. So if you're interested in learning about my perspective, that's awesome. Keep watching. If you just want to leave a hate comment and get angry and say that I am some sort of repressed, self-hating gay boy, by all means, go ahead. But I'm not, so whatever. So I think some context is due first. I personally love being gay. I like the culture. I think the community has its ups and downs. We have some prejudice. We have some difficulties that I really don't like, but I think every community, every group of people who share some common ideas end up disagreeing on certain things. So I really don't have a problem with that. I went through this standard, like, oh, I wish I wasn't like this. I wish I could like pray the gay away or something, but it doesn't work like that. Hate to break it to you if you haven't come to that conclusion, but learning to accept yourself is really important. However, that being said, I've also met people in my life who are maybe a lot further along that train of thought than I am. And these people tend to like super embrace being gay, which is awesome in some regards. But I know people who will not associate with straight people. I know people who are just like, no, I don't have any straight friends. Like, I don't talk to my family. Like, I don't do this. I don't do that. And by all means, like, it's fine to not communicate with a family that doesn't support you. It's fine to not communicate with people who you don't think will support you. That being said, most of the people in my life are straight and are very accepting. I've never had an issue with. They're in my life for that reason, because they accept me for who I am and they don't make it a big deal. They don't consider me like their gay best friend as like a little token or something. These people genuinely love me, and being gay is like the least interesting thing about me that they think of when they think of who I am, which I love. I love not being stereotyped or pigeonholed or used as some token or diversity check mark. I love the fact that people just want to hang out with me because they think I'm cool. I've been able to trick them into thinking that I have an interesting personality, and I have successfully infiltrated their lives, and these people really care for me and I really care for them. However, there are people out there that make being gay the center of their personality. And I've talked about this before quite a few times, but I feel like we needed a succinct video that explores the nuances and gets to the whole root of why people make it their whole personality. And I think there's some positives and obviously some negatives to this whole idea in general. I think a few of the negatives, to start with the negatives and then talk about the good ones. A few of the negatives are that you're missing out on a huge pool of people who might end up really loving you and supporting you and giving you opportunities and allowing you to see new things and experience new things. And that's a real shame. Like, any kind of closed-mindedness generally ends up biting you in the butt. I think we get angry at the ultra conservatives for being so close-minded and not even giving us a chance at the table. So doing the same thing back and saying, oh, I'm not even going to give straight people a chance, pretty short-sighted, pretty unfortunate in my opinion. There are some benefits. I mean, you feel protected, you feel supported in the community, you interact with people who are gay and they have the same sort of difficult upbringing. Coming out of the closet is a very unique situation that not a lot of people go through. And so getting to experience that sort of relationship with somebody who's been through what you've been through is really powerful. And it's the same reason why lots of people try and connect with people who've been through the same thing. Like, it's a fact of nature. We enjoy people that experience what we've experienced. The other part of this that makes me sort of question everything is what you end up consuming in society. So I'm talking podcasts, TV shows, movies, music, your favorite celebrities, the news that you follow, that you choose to take an interest in, the politics and the activism that you choose to be involved with. And I think it's a real shame if you only limit yourself to LGBTQIA stuff. You know, don't get me wrong, there are some amazing books out there. You know, Song of Achilles, if you haven't read that book and you're a gay person, read that book. You know, Call Me By Your Name, it's a really good representation of a complex situation that is also very gay. And, you know, there are things out there that are LGBT that are just amazing and that really connect you to your upbringing, coming out of the closet, your experiences with your parents, your friends, your first love, interacting with the world. And it's incredible. However, if you only exclusively watch things that are LGBTQIA related, I think that's unfortunate because there are some really great pieces of media that are out there that have nothing to do with being queer. And just limiting yourself to one specific category that you feel that you align with is really unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate that you find watching, you know, a critically acclaimed television show with fantastic acting, you're like, well, there's no gay people in this, so I'm not watching it. That's a real shame because you're limiting yourself to this very small bubble. And whenever you exist in a bubble, you tend to think everything outside that bubble is dangerous or harmful or problematic. And it's not the case. There's a lot of media out there that is not queer representative that is really worth watching, that expands your worldview, that connects you with people who are from a completely different walk of life or a different culture or language or religion. And the LGBT community like sort of touts and is very proud of the fact that it's very accepting and it's very diverse. And yet, if you choose to watch nothing but it, you are now being the bigot. You are now being the person who is unwilling to look at change and new ideas and new perspectives and interact with those who don't know your own perspective. And I think that's one of the problems we're facing in this world right now, is that despite having all of this representation and all of this media that depicts us in more positive lights than, say, like the 1930s, so many people don't understand our community. And so many people think that we are incredibly militant and that we have ideas about, you know, how these people should be raising their children and etc. And it's like, no, we literally just want to be able to marry the people we love and do the thing we want to do. And I think the same short-minded, short-sighted, and bigoted opinions that we see in other communities happening right here. And when I hear somebody brag about, well, I don't have any straight friends, like all my friends are queer, I don't think that's a brag. I think that's really sad. That's a really closed-minded person that clearly has no ability to get along with people of different beliefs than you. You know, I'm very proud of the fact that my friends come from all walks of life, all religions, ethnicities, creeds, social economic statuses, and we are still all able to get into a room and absolutely laugh our heads off at how ridiculous all of us are. And if I made my whole personality about being gay, I think I would be extremely weaker as a human being for that. I'd be more closed-minded. I would have experienced a lot less of the literature and the filmography and the music and everything. Like the world is an infinitely interesting and massive place. And if you decide that you have this one corner of the earth that you're going to consume and enjoy, you're going to miss out on an entire world that you never knew existed. And who knows, maybe you have the privilege of getting older and becoming, you know, someone in their 80s or 90s. And you might look back and go, man, I wish I discovered this when I was 20, you know, but I was too short-minded, closed-minded, and unable to see past the little pasture in which I lived. So that's my 2 cents on why I don't make my whole personality being gay. Don't get me wrong, I love being gay. I love the community. I love who we are as an accepting, diverse group of people. But we can be more than that. we don't have to just aim for 100 in this world. We can go for 200 or 500 or 1,000. You have an infinite ability to experience new things, and aiming for 100%, the bar is past the stars. The bar is no longer on Earth. It is an infinite expansion of the universe. And I know that sounds all woo-woo spiritual, but it's true. We live in an infinite universe. And so never close yourself off based on anything, any perspective you have. Always feel that you can do more and reach more and learn more. So that's my perspective. I'd love to hear yours. Let me know what you think. And as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, week, month, year, millennium, century, era, epoch. And as always, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.